Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the battery on your Dell 5290 or 5285, should be the same. So I'm going to take you the process and what you should double check as well, and what tools you'll need as well. Before you start replacing the battery or deciding to buy a battery, you need to make sure that the battery actually needs replacing. So a quick way to do this, there's either going to the Dell power management tool, or there's the old-fashioned way, which is DOS. So if you go to DOS or the command prompt, so if you go to the command prompt, and you can get to the command prompt by going into the search tool and then typing CMD, it takes you here. You would just type power CFG space / battery report and enter. So when you type that, it will generate a report and will tell you where it's been stored. So mine has been stored in this path here. So in your computer it may show something else, but it'll tell you where exactly the file has been saved. So what you need to do is you need to go to that file using the file manager, and then it will take you to something like this. So that's a battery report, and this battery report tells me that the battery capacity is 42,000, and when it's fully charged it goes to 41,796, so it's pretty close to the design capacity. So this tells me that this battery doesn't need to be replaced, although this battery does need to be replaced because it's faulty. There's a fault with it. How do you know that the battery needs to be replacing? As I said, the battery design capacity and the full charge capacity, there's a very big difference. So anything under 80% would require potential attention and replacement. The other tool is using Dell Power Manager, and by using Power Manager on the Dell Power Manager, so this is Windows 11, so then on your computer may be slightly different. So Dell Power Manager, the Power Manager will show exactly the same information, but in a different way. So it tells me that 77% and the battery health is excellent. So let me take you now to the next phase on the replacement of the battery. So some of the tools that you are going to need are one of these screwdriver. It's part of a toolkit by Fixit, so I will put the details below if you need. I'm going to be using this as well, just in case, to lift the screen up to avoid forcing it, and the toothpick as well that comes with it, and obviously as well the battery. So the battery is obviously very important. I bought this one on Amazon. I've had some very bad experiences with batteries on Amazon, but I'm hoping this is not going to be another one. But yes, so battery ready to roll. So let's now, on the device itself, I would recommend to turn it off, obviously. So press and hold the button and then shut it down, and now it's shutting down. Hold on. Okay, so now you turn it round. I'm going to put it like this so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So there's 6 screws to remove, and we're going to start from this one here. Okay, 1 screw. Now the second screw is here. Okay, 3rd screw. And they're all the same, so there's no need to worry about mixing them. They're all the same length. 4th screw. There's always one. Okay, so that's going as well. So there's 4. and then turn it round, and then you can see there another one, and the last one here. Okay, so that's there. So as I said, there's no need to worry about what I tend to do is remove this bit here. I've got an SD card, but just in case I leave them there. Now the process is very simple, so you can use these, but be careful not to put too much force, because the screen is clipped and all we need to do is unclip it. So I've done it with my fingers, so now I can run along with the toothpick. Be very gentle, be very gentle. Okay, you probably heard that clip as well, so that's screen. You can try and get that as well using this. Voila, so that helps as well. So yeah, so that helped quite a lot. So now you have to be very careful. Now there's, and I'll come to that in a second, I have to be very careful towards the bottom, because that's where we have cables connecting the screen. Okay, voila. So now we've got it open, okay, and as you can see there, there's cables there that connect the LCD to the motherboard. So that's the ones we don't want to destroy. So I would recommend, if you don't want, you can unclip them, but because of all we're going to do is replace the battery, what I would recommend is just to put something like this, a little piece so the screen doesn't fall back completely. So now it's kind of angled. So now you've got some screws as well. So you've got the connector there, and so I'm going to pull that connector, and I'm going to use the clip. So there's clips at the end. Oops. At the end, pull, done. So now there's screws as well. There's 1, 2, 3 and 4 screws to remove. So let's start with this one here. So screw 1, and those ones are again the same length. They're not the same length as the ones that's from the chassis. These are 4 screws, identical, specific to the battery, so they're the same length. So put them together, and then the last one, voila, and we have a battery that's been removed. So that's the old battery, and I'm going to check how it looks compared to the new one. They look very identical. Yeah. Okay, so they look very identical, because I'm just saying that because the previous one was meant to be compatible and I've been having issues, so I hope it's not part of the same batch. But yes, so fully test the battery and don't leave the feedback to the or throw away the box until you are happy with the battery. So as I said, on this one here, it fully charges. The only problem is that at night, if you just leave the device unconnected to the AC, when you come back in the morning, the device doesn't turn on unless you plug it into the AC to kick start it. So let's put that back. So we put that back now, first screws. So I've put the cable back, very straightforward, just push in, and now we're putting the screws back. So I'll be doing some other videos to upgrade the SSD and everything. So this variant of the 5290 is the one with the 3G and card reader. So that's the card reader here with the fingerprint and module, and that's the here you've got the wireless card for the 4G. So that if you open yours and you see this space is empty, then not to worry, you can add those functionalities to your device buying the parts. So I know the parts are not very widely available, but on this one, for example, it doesn't have the infrared camera for Windows Hello. So I've got that, managed to get that ordered from AliExpress. So it's en route. So I'll show you on how to install it. So it will, when it arrives, end up here in this space here. So I'll do a video on that. But all these components can be bought and added. And I've got another device that doesn't have these ones, but this one does. So it's quite straightforward. So now at this stage, we just need to close the device, and you have to be very gentle because the screen needs to clip back. Don't put too much pressure. Be careful that the cables are not stuck, because finding a replacement screen for this will be difficult. Okay, so the screen's back, and now we're just putting back the 6 screws. So one there, just going to put straight into place, 2 there, and then there. So this is quite good. So I had for a number of years Surfaces, and just decided to go into the 5290, and this is fantastic for that. So it's a lot more serviceable than the other ones. The only thing that can't be serviced on this is the memory. You can't add memory, but there are some variants, 16 gig variants floating around. They're quite pricey, so but yeah. So screw that back on, and then we'll do the ultimate test. The batteries generally get charged by 40%, so should come back on. So there, and then this one, and this one. Okay, so put it back to the camera. Okay, so we're nearly there. And yes, this one needs to be tightened up as well. So it's, as you can see, it's quite straightforward process. So something that can be done by anyone, really. So yeah, I think there's, anyway, so go back in. Yeah, so it goes in, voila, and out. Okay. Okay, so this is done, and now we're going to turn it on. It's the moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Will it come on or not? it comes on. Success. So that's a success, comes on straight away, so it's promising. So here's my quick video on how to replace the battery on these. So stay tuned for more videos on this device and more Surface devices as well. So I hope you enjoy the video, and then thank you.